Hey guys, what's going on? Out for another after work rip. I'm on my CRF250L, which has now been converted to Supermoto mode. I'm pretty stoked about that. I'll have to hop off. We'll do a little bit of walk around in a minute. But first, I kind of want to get to my spot. First of all, I will say, if you're on the fence, if you've got a CRF250L and you're on the fence about going Supermoto, you think you kind of want to, but you're not sure, just go ahead and do it. I've had it done for, I think I converted it over a little bit less than a week ago, a day less than a week ago. And so far, I've really been having a fucking blast. It's really not hard to convert. Basically, it's just wheels and tires. So you want to make it real easy on yourself. I ordered from a company called Moto X Industries, and this came with tires mounted on the rims already. Came with new spacers, rotors, sprocket, a brake adapter, brake caliper adapter, so I can run a bigger, what is this, a 320 millimeter rotor as opposed to the 200 and something that comes stock. Brake performance is greatly improved, I can tell you that. I can definitely understand people hesitant to drop a little bit of money on the Supermoto stuff. I mean, with wheels and tires, you're looking at about a fifth of the price of the motorcycle as it sat new. But hey, can you put a fucking price on fun? Can you? No, you cannot. Fun is priceless. What I ended up doing gearing-wise, so when I ran my dirt setup, I had changed the front sprocket to a 13 and had changed the rear sprocket to a 44. That worked really well for woods and shit like that, where you want, like, first gear, almost like a granny gear. Doesn't work out so good on the street because, you know, you're shifting out of first gear at like 10 miles an hour. But what I did was went back to the 14 on the front, and the wheel I got with a 40 in the rear. That's actually a pretty good, well, I mean, 1440 is the stock gearing for the dirt wheels that come on this motorcycle, but you end up lowering the gear a little bit because the rolling diameter of this, you know, the 17-inch rear wheel with the street tire is a lot smaller, well, somewhat smaller than the stock 18 that comes with the dirt wheel. So you kind of end up with a little bit of a gearing advantage. I can understand how people would want to, like, put a 42 on the rear or something if they want to rip wheelies, but I'm not that cool. I can't rip wheelies. So, I mean, let's talk about the pros and the cons of this setup. Pro, it's super fun. Con, not really going to do much dirt on a dual sport after you do a Supermoto conversion. Another con, this thing isn't particularly, you know, it's a 300-something pound dual sport, which is heavier than most dirt bikes that are converted to dual sport, so it's heavy. Another con, it's a 250, it's got 20 horsepower. You're giving up a lot of ultimate speed, but again, the pros, super fun. Another pro, it is street legal right out of the box. Another pro, it's docile. The 250L is just a docile little pussycat. You can putt it around town, commute to work. The fueling actually, well, I've got a fueling thing on it, so I can't really speak much about the stock fueling. I put a pipe in a fuel box on it like a week after I bought it. It doesn't get too hot in traffic, which is nice for commuting, compared to my Hypermotard, which will absolutely set you on fire. Another pro, you can ride this thing full Banshee mode and look down at the speedometer like, oh yeah, I'm not even breaking the speed limit. That kind of fun is priceless. I've lost my license twice in my life. I don't really care to lose it a third time. Holy crap, that sun is bright. Believe it or not, this thing feels so good to me when it's leaned over on the side of the tire. It feels quite stable. The suspension's kind of squishy, but, you know, it is meant for dirt riding. At the end of the day, it's supposed to be a dual sport. Now, it's a single sport. That dude was literally on the side of his driveway with a shop vac. Wow. I thought I liked my driveway edged clean. That dude's got a new level. So yeah, like I said, I got a wheel and tire package from Moto X Industries. I think the tires I got were Dunlop Sport Max or something like that. I don't think they're like a super high-end sticky tire, so I wasn't, you know, I'm not looking to spend literal Supermoto like race tire budget on this motorcycle. Something that's good for the street, got a little bit of tackiness to it, but will, you know, last more than 2,000 miles. Those were my shopping criteria. Funny story, I've been commuting on this thing to work all week because the weather has been absolutely beautiful. And actually, last week too, I commuted on it after I converted it. But today, I rode my Hypermotard to work, and about midway through the day, this is gonna sound dumb, but I actually got a little bit kind of like, oh, I don't have my CRF here today. I don't get to ride that home. I get to ride the Hypermotard home, that's great. But it dawned on me this morning on the way to work, behind, you know, random idiot, this person is going so slowly that I am having to slip the clutch in first gear so that the motor doesn't stall. Like that's, you know, that's the kind of thing you gotta deal with when you commute. And I mean, let's make no mistake about it, my Hypermotard is not a, like, super sport bike. It's got 110 horsepower. This is gonna sound dumb. That's really not that powerful of a motorcycle anymore. That doesn't even raise people's eyebrows. when Ducati trots out a 204 horsepower fucking track missile, 110 horsepower is just kind of like, you know, the sheer practicality of something that, again, it's docile. It's like a house cat. Well, some cats are vicious. It's like a puppy. It might chew up your shoes, but at least it's nice. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, does it make riding behind this guy at 50 miles an hour a fucking blast? No. But at least it's easier to do 50 on this than it is on the Hypermotard. Putting around at 20 miles an hour is not what it was designed to do. Let's just get that out of the way. This motorcycle, that's exactly what it was designed to do. And maybe, you know, throw some roost every now and again. But the thing about this motorcycle is that its suspension is fairly lacking for off-road riding. You do have to throw money at it if you want it to be a, you know, a decently performing off-road machine. So you can either throw money at it to make it more dirt capable, or throw money at it to make it more street capable, like I did, with a set of street tires and Supermoto tires and rims and shit. And shit, I'm just blabbing. Full tuck mode! Top speed run! Looks like it's gonna be about 80. Whew. Man, oh man. Whoa, look at that. That is beautiful. Beautiful. Woo! Locking up that rear, yo. All right. Walk around. So yeah. Oh, that's pretty sweet. Bigger brake rotor. Brake caliper adapter spaces it. I think the original rotor is probably like that big. Yeah, it's just Warp 9. Pretty basic, out-of-the-box garbage. I mean, great product. I haven't had any problems with it. The only thing you got to do is trim your fork guards, which I hacked and slashed at. Don't give a fuck. And you have to move. This thing routes on the inside of the tire for the dirt because there's clearance. All you got to do is loosen this clamp, move this thing down just a tick, route the brake cable around the outside, or brake hose, sorry. Man, this thing is dirt high. Rear wheel, same difference, 42 sprocket. 3 fingers of slack, man. Actually, shit, that's a little tight. Well, no, it's a floppy on the bottom. That's good. Brake rotor, came with it. Super. Yeah, I mean, this thing knocked together in a couple hours. The thing that took me the longest was actually breaking the chain and shortening it, because I had a 44 tooth on the back, 13 on the front. Had to take out a link and a half, I think. So, yeah. No big deal. Something else I did, so I got rid of those big-ass goofy blinkers and put these fuckers on here. Floppy. Doink, doink. But they're LED, so that makes them cool. Alright, back in a minute. Oh yeah, one other thing. The Acerbis, however the fuck you pronounce that garbage. Front Supermoto fender. The dirt one is like really long. Looks kind of goofy with the Supermoto setup, so I got a Supermoto fender. Just 4 bolts. You got to drill the holes, but that's not that difficult. Alright, let's get at it. Guys, I think that's going to do it today. Just a real quick video talking about maybe the pros and cons of supermotoing your CRF250L, maybe some of the reasons why I did it. Maybe it's useful, maybe it's not. If you got any questions, drop a comment down below. As always, you have been wonderful, and I have just been riding a motorcycle. And I will talk to you guys next time.